Hey everyone, just wanted to let you know that in editing the video I realized that the audio quality in some bits of the video are a little bit off and difficult to hear, but I hope that doesn't stop you from enjoying the video because I actually did put a lot of effort into it, so enjoy! Hey everyone, we are going to be playing a little bit of Resident Evil 4, just for fun, nothing special. Playing on professional difficulty.
Evil 4.
Not necessarily used to playing with mouse and keyboard, simply just because I would actually play this with my controller. As I said, I'm kind of just playing this casually, so just not a challenge run, no speed run,
excuse me.
just the usual stuff. Mr. Zombie. Gotcha. There you go, he's dead. Also just gonna try and skip all the cutscenes because this game is like 15 years old. I've seen these cutscenes hundreds of times, as I'm sure you have as well. Really love this game though. One of my favorites. Used to play it all the time when I was in high school. Would play it over and over and over again. Like an action hero. And he just dropped gold. Let's get on out of here. Also, don't worry, I saved the dog. Always save the dog.
Un forastero!
That was quick and easy. Just try and save ammo as much as I can, you know, standard stuff for Resident Evil 4. Just more quick looting.
¡Os voy a romper a pedazos!
Oof. There's a hit. One of many. Gonna happen. Get used to it. Okay, just gonna go ahead and use that. Top up the health.
¡Forastero!
You know,
¡Los demás!
the Ganados at the beginning of the game can only kill you in 3 hits if I'm not mistaken, but I just feel better having really top up health bar. But this is how our inventory is looking going into the first kind of like area with all of these Ganados. See how this turns out? I always like to try and get both of the chainsaw guys, both Dr. Salvadors if I can, just for that extra gold. Because one of them drops 10,000 gold, and the other one drops red, I think like some sort of like red ruby or red jewel. I think we can step in here. Spotted. Still have the element of surprise. And it is time to kick this off. Start off by equipping nade. He's actually not too tough to kill, you just gotta be careful. Oof. Go with incendiary. And just copy that. And he's down. Nice. And there's a Rudy. Let's go ahead and head into the two-story house. Oh, she got me. We're gonna push this, grab the shotgun, and immediately head over to the house on the opposite side. Just hold it there. And then just funnel the Venados. Pretty standard strategy. He's trying to climb up, so that'll slow him down. Give me a second. It is shotgun time. And we're just gonna stand here and funnel them in until we are done. And let's toss a grenade in here for good measure. Ah! That was a terrible idea right there. Alright. Just do this right, and let's just with them, but we should have his number now. That'll perfect. And all those pesetas that we picked up should give us a little bit of an advantage. And I'm just gonna go ahead and loot the village before I move on, and I will check in with you when I'm done. Alright, and after all that looting, this is what our inventory is looking like so far. Here is the way we're pretty stacked up on handgun ammo, as I usually tend to be at this point. And then pretty usual for end of the, you know, near the end of the first act. So, let's go ahead. Keep on going. I'm actually going to clear out this little farm area, and then I'm gonna go around and pick up all of these blue medallions, because I actually kind of prefer the Punisher over Leon starting handgun. I mean, Leon starting handgun's relatively decent, but I just like the added bonus of the penetrating enemies perk that you get from the Punisher. So, and it's essentially got comparable DPS. I mean, it's got 1/10 of a point difference between the two of them, and if you shoot all 15, you get a bonus to the firepower that you wouldn't normally have if you just got 10. So I'm just gonna go around and loot and shoot and do my thing. Pick up any eggs. Eggs are good for healing, and if anything else, good money. Or at least you can sell them for money. Nice. Critical headshots. I'm not too worried. This is the easiest part of the game, really. Right, and I believe that this is that area all cleared out. So we're just gonna do some looting, and I'll also just show where all of blue medallions are in this area. Or there is 7 in this area to begin with. One over on the windmill, and then immediately right over here on this tower. I'm so thrown off by the camera controls because I'm used to playing, obviously used to playing some Resident Evil 2 where turning mouse will turn Leon, but this is classic tank controls. Don't forget that beer stein behind the bookcase. And we have one more medallion to get, and this is the one that is most important. That's all 7, and we won't see any more medallions until we get to the graveyard by the church. Alright, just switching over to controller for this portion because I am not too great with the keyboard and mouse at this portion. So, let's give it a go. There we go. Nice to know that I got that in my back pocket if I ever need it, and I know I will. Let's see what we can do here. Look for a good shot on this guy's down. There we go. Nice. What about this guy back here? I love aiming with mouse. It's so nice. Not happening today, pal. Okay. Just got this one here. And I believe that if you shoot the dynamite and you're kind of aiming in the general area when they throw it, it automatically will just kind of blow up, so. Let's not forget the red cat's eye up here in this bird's nest. That's important for the beer stein. I finish pushing this, I'm gonna do some inventory management just to clean it up a bit because I'm sure it looks gross. And the end of chapter 1.1. And all in all, not bad. I mean, can't ask for better hit ratio than that, especially with me not necessarily being used to playing with this game with mouse and keyboard.
Feeble. Now.
Alrighty. So we are off a different part of the map. No longer have my jacket. Survived an Axeman that's no longer there. And here is the merchant. And Mr. Merchant will be our best friend throughout the run. And
Got a selection. What are you selling?
Let's go ahead and sell those 2 chicken eggs because I
all?
don't necessarily plan on using them.
You.
Sell up our treasures that we picked up. Don't sell the cat's eye and the beer stein just yet. We're gonna go ahead and combine those together.
What are you buying?
And let's start by getting this bigger.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on buying any
What are you buying?
new. Gonna hold off on buying new weapons, but I'm gonna upgrade the shotgun with all of the upgrades that I can get. I know.
Thank you.
2 extra, or I lost 2 shells there with the ammo upgrade, but shotgun shells aren't gonna be too big of a concern later on in the run, so. Once I pick open these doors, the fight is gonna get started. I'm just gonna hang out here and try my best to hold them off. This is a good final choke point. I can always retreat back if I want to. Struggle, as you've seen with those two dynamites that their throwing arcs could be better. Here, but it's okay. Top up our health and use our first green and yellow mixed herb. Extend that minimum health a little bit. Right now. I'm trying to use the shotgun as little as possible. Go ahead and heal up. I'm gonna probably take damage here. Nice. I think they're gonna hold off on spawning until I enter into this house, which is probably fine. It's gonna be close quarters, so let's go back to the shotgun. Probably should have sold those eggs, but what can you do? Best. Big guy up here, so I'm gonna show him. Deal with him real quick. This is where we get our first half of the key that will get us out of this area. The spawn point for enemies is going to be up there, so once I go up there, more enemies will start spawning in. But basically, whenever you go towards one half of the emblem, the game spawns in a few enemies to try and slow you down. All topped up on our handle. So we should be good to go. I think I heard a door bust open, so then that means more enemies have spawned in. Also, love that animation. It only works with the village Ganados as far as I know. With the zealots in the castle and the soldiers on the island, you get this much cooler suplex animation, but that's a nice little alternate kick animation right there. Don't typically see unless you purposely try to It's not a sure thing. But it's always insanely satisfying when it happens. And it's just this guy up here. And we should be clear. We'll know for sure. Yep, the music is done. That means we are safe. So I'm just gonna loot this last shack over here and pick up whatever items are available, and I will check back in with you before we exit the area. Not much to write home about. It was just a yellow herb and some shotgun shells, but we are actually running a little bit low on the handgun ammo, but it's not too big a deal because the game basically just throws handgun ammo at you, so I'm not too worried. And we've got a lot of shotgun shells. Push comes to shove, I guess I can use the good old broomstick. Okay, so here comes the crematorium. There will be about 10 Ganados in here. Nothing we can't handle. Watch this guy who likes to throw his axes here. Sorry, pal. I don't know. I was aiming for that axe. I think it's shotgun time. Really need to stop the hatchets. Back to the... I have 40 rounds counting the bullets in my clip. Part is relatively hang out, wait, let them throw the first volley, and then pop back up. They'll be ready to throw the second. Shoot one and kill them all. And here he is, actually. Didn't even know you're here now. Hey, buddy. I'm just gonna swipe at your left leg until you just gotta be mindful. He was actually very close. Not to get also, that splash was a little too big. Doesn't matter the depth of the water as long as it's like at least ankle, as it is here. There's gonna be a massive explosion when you do your kick animation, just for whatever reason. Water physics. And there should be one more guy down here by the waterway portion. That was so easy. Never doubted. Let's see if I have the inventory space to justify taking a fish. Maybe. Gonna shift some stuff around. I don't remember exactly how many slots, especially the big fish. If anything, I'm gonna walk away with this big. And yeah, I forget if small black bass take up one or two rows. Let's see. Yeah, they take up one row, and so they're 1 by 3. So we can fit 1, 2. Yeah, we can fit 2 more. Actually, we can fit 3 more if I shift this down here. I just won't have any space for anything else. But if anything, I can just discard or eat it for health. Redneck fishing. Right, we were able to actually take all of them. So we still have 4 inventory slots left open for extra stuff, and that handgun, those 2 slots taken up by the handgun ammo is not gonna be there forever, and I can always combine the red and green to save ups. We're good. Easiest way to get rid of those crows, just for some extra gold. And we'll take out these bear traps here. Okay, close enough, that is. There we go. And also, don't forget, there is a brass pocket watch over this well. Same as before, just shoot out this wooden portion before you shoot that. And this puzzle, super easy. Rotate it down. Rotate it to the side. There you go. Actually, did you know, if you don't pick up the key, you can go ahead and just do some light looting of the house. Because the trigger for Boris Mendez doesn't happen, and the enemies don't spawn, as far as I'm aware, until after you've picked up the key, because technically those are enemies from a different chapter, or part of a chapter. So you can just go ahead and feel free to safely loot. Now here we go. You know what? I think I am missing just a slight amount, so I'll just eat this egg. Yeah, so when we come back around this way again, there's going to be a chainsaw guy, yeah, Dr. Salvador, and a couple of ganados. And then there's going to be some ganados here in the shed. And then about 5 ganados blocking the entrance back to the main village. So I'm gonna go ahead and combine some red herbs just to make some room. There we go, nice and organized. I may as well go ahead and unbar this door. Let's go pick up the key, activate the trigger, start the next portion of the chapter. Here we go, here's the insignia key, and the event will trigger. 90% hit ratio, that's a lot better than last time. Alright. And now there's going to be enemies that have spawned. See, there he is. Using the urinal. Always wondered, what does somebody do here if they need to poop? There we go. Let's just toss this grenade over here. Just to deal with those ganados there, so I'm uninterrupted when I'm dealing with Dr. Salvatore over here. It's simple, just shotgun and knife them. This guy with the pitchfork and then a woman with a butcher knife. That's it. Over here. Go through the door. And no sense in hoarding these, because they always end up taking more inventory space than they're necessarily worth, so not necessarily in the world. Again, bad timing on my part. No, you couldn't be 3 for 3 on knife strikes. That's okay. I didn't mind. Alright, and since we're coming back, more enemies have respawned, but items have not. So don't worry if you miss any items on your first time around. Always pick them up on your second time through. Let's eat a fish. Not a full health top up, but it's most. I think they're the equivalent of a green herb, but don't quote me on that one. I'm not 100%. Shotgun here. No. Yep, here he is. Wearing a straw hat. Let's just take a look in at our inventory, see how we're doing. Actually, we are okay. Shoot this. There is a gem inside. And we are going to get our second cutscene with the merchant down here. Shoot this lamp. There's an elegant headdress and a couple more gems up on the ceiling.
Got a selection of...
It also blows my mind
What are
that
you
the voice
selling?
actor for Leon is the same voice actor for the
Is that all?
merchant, which is
Thank you.
really cool. It just
Is
goes
that
to show
all?
this guy's vocal
Thank,
range.
is that all? Thank you. Is
Let's
that
go
all?
and selling our
Thank.
treasures that we can get away
Thank
with
you.
selling.
Thank
Just
you.
don't sell the Elegant Mask, the Beer Stein, or the Red Cat's Eye. We are going to be combining those with other treasures to make them more expensive. You know what?
Is
Let's
that
go for the TMP since we're picking up some ammo for it. I don't need the stock right now.
Thank
I don't
you.
have the available inventory space to justify it. And you know what?
Is that...
Let's take the rifle too. We should be good on space. We have a little bit of wiggle room for extra ammo. Let's see about any
Thank
upgrades.
you.
Still have 80,000 to work with, so
Is
let's
that all?
just go for
Thank.
some
Is that all?
firepower and reload speed.
Thank
Save the
you.
capacity upgrade for now. And
Is
same
that
with
all?
the
Is that all?
bolt
Thank
action
you.
rifle. And we're good to go. Continuing on to the graveyard. And some crows. A little bit of extra stuff. And I think there's no more than 10 enemies in that area too. This is like a fairly slow-paced push. Critical headshots are always nice. There's 3 over here in the graveyard, 2 by the church, and then 2 by the walkway. Guess I ran a little too close. Because normally he doesn't come charging after me. I wait for him to light up his dynamite to kill the other 2 Ganados up near the top of the church. And here's 3rd Battalion here. that go? Also, another super brainless puzzle. You tap 3, make it turn 3 until all of them are lit up, and then you hit 4 until there's 2, and then you hit 3 again. Alright, and it should be opening here. Boom. And the solution is, or the hint to the solution is on the headstones that are 2 adjoining headstones will have the symbols for the puzzle.
Ahí está.
Not again today. Estoy aquí. 3 down here, so we have 1 down on the bottom of that platform, 1 hanging in plain sight here, and we have our 15th and final medallion hanging down here. So now we can go ahead and get our new handgun. Alright, check this out. Use a flash grenade on these crows, and they all die. And you get a free flash grenade out of it. So it's a win-win. Also, don't forget this over here. Middle one doesn't have anything, but the 2 on the end have some loot. And here is a save room with the merchant. We'll be able to get our new handgun here.
Got some rare.
And let's
What
go
are you
ahead and sell
selling?
our handgun. It is actually, I believe, empty. So we are not losing out on
Is that
any
all?
handgun ammo. And as I said before, if you come with only 10 medallion shot, it will spawn in with level 1 firepower, and it'll be slightly worse than your starting handgun. But the rest of the statistics are exactly the same as your base stats for your starting handgun, with the exception of the firepower if you had 15 medallions, so it gives an extra 0.2 firepower because the Punisher's base firepower damage is 0.9. So, actually, the reload speed for the Punisher is slightly faster. It's a little, maybe a couple frames faster, but. And same as before, just using controller to run away from this boulder here. It's more so not for the boulder or the running away, it's the QTE at the end. As it's randomized, it's either X and C or left and right mouse button, but I tap with my right hand, so it's just easier for me that way. Also, I love the way that this gun sounds. It just sounds, yeah, I think it sounds cool.
¡Os voy a romper a pedazos!
I also kind of like how this area is kind of designed. If you get the Punisher, you get a chance to try it out. Bad time to reload there. That's okay. Let's go ahead and just top up our health. I love this. It's so fun. 2 critical headshots when I kick. Amazing. Another one. Love it. Also, the model for this gun is based on the FN57. So that's cool. Much better. Actually, let's go ahead and use this DMP. It's a great gun for saving ammo, that's for sure. Especially if you like kick animations. Also just clearing out some inventory space inadvertently by taking damage. Come on. I'm trying to make it. I do not want to go into the Del Lago fight with this little hovering items, but there's that massive water splash animation again. Yeah, this is the first time the game kind of like throws a decent amount of enemies at you, aside from the opening area of the game. And there is also a pipe over here that you can pick up. I forget it all the time, but it's in a bird's nest up here. Nice. Oh, there's our inventory going into Del Lago. Gonna be a bit of a challenge, I think. I mean, so long as I don't take too much damage, we'll be okay. And there's a red herb up there, but I don't have... Actually, no, because I believe the game is gonna give me a green and a yellow herb, so I might as well take it. And it's right over here. And just gonna do some looting of these shacks, and we're gonna check back in when I'm done that. So I went ahead and reloaded my shotgun just to make a little bit more space for some handgun ammo. So, as I said, it was a green herb, yellow herb, some gold, and some handgun bullets. So we are ready to take on the first proper boss of the game. Sweep over to the left, I think. Clear. Let's get some frozen. I think this happens maybe like 2 or 3 times throughout the fight, depending on how much damage you deal to Del Lago, but trouble with aiming right now. That's okay. Going back to this. There's our first knock of the fight. I'm gonna need to heal up. Because if I get knocked off again, no matter how fast I tap this X button, I'm not gonna be making it back. Don't have much room for mistakes left here. couple more in for good measure. Exactly how many times you have to get them on professional, but he's near the end. There we go. And due to eat cutscene. There we go. And that is the end of chapter 1. So I think I'm gonna end it here, and if you guys are liking what you're seeing, absolutely feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more from me. I think I'm gonna do chapter 2 in the next part, so if you enjoyed it, hopefully I'll see you around in the next one. Thanks for watching.